Subscribe. Hello and welcome to Paxton Road TV. I am Sam Spurs for life. And if you haven't met me before, you're going to like me. I'm going to be very, very happy today. I'm joined in the house by my guest, Hustler and Deji Spurs. We called it yesterday, so therefore I don't care. Arsenal fans, I don't expect there to be too many Arsenal fans watching, but if you are, enjoy the ride. Anyway, before we start the show, make sure you hit that like button, notification bell as well. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Make sure you do that as well. Share the content. And also make sure you put comments in the comment section below. Simple things. It was like, if you watched our preview show, you understand why. You know, this is like, it was. They didn't disappoint. They did not disappoint. Arsenal looked like they couldn't deal with the pressure. And everybody thought it was going to be Spurs that couldn't deal with pressure. Well, look what happened. You have Holding on there. I told you, he's not a footballer. Michael Holding's a cricketer, and he's retired, so therefore he can't play. Come on. Man. Anyway, that's it now. I'm going to go over to my fellow guests in Paxton Road's own Mike. Did you enjoy that tonight? Did you enjoy that?
Do you know what? It was, how can I, like you're drinking there, it was like watching a fine wine. Spurs, they didn't disappoint. I wasn't on stream last night, but I watched the show, and I just want to congratulate the panel last night for telling it how it was, the score, spot on, and people pumped with their chest pumped out, predicted the right score. Yeah. Congratulations to the fellow panel members from last night. One thing you mentioned there, Holding, and it always sticks with me. Deji actually come up with this, and Holding looks like he is running through quicksand, and that saying it's never gone from my mind, because he just looked like he was running through quicksand all the game.
I'm not being hairy because I've got no hair, but I think the extra weight of that hair transplant has just slowed him down a touch. That's all I'm thinking to myself. I don't know, because I've got none myself, so I can't say that for sure.
He's not a footballer. He's not a defender. Yes. But he was their Achilles heel tonight, and I mean that from that first booking, there was only one outcome of that. He was always getting sent off, and he did about 10 minutes later. I don't know. There's not really much you need to say about the game. The result says it all, doesn't it? Kane's brace, Son's goal, 3-0. Now a point. We had to win tonight. We had to win. A draw, anything less than a win wouldn't have sufficed. But now the pressure's on Arsenal. They got Newcastle. I think they got Newcastle away, and they've got Everton at home, haven't they? Which they're not easy games for Arsenal, especially after coming off the back of this defeat. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But Spurs, we've just got to continue this now and just see it to the end of the season and hope that Arsenal slip up. But
they will slip up.
They have to. But I thought it was a solid performance today. I thought Højbjerg was very good at regaining possession, winning the ball back. I think everyone had a good game. Sanchez, to be fair, did a good job.
Agreed.
And I'm going to say it, I thought Emerson had another good performance.
Yes. Put some spec on his name. Put some spec on his name.
Put some spec on his name.
There's a couple of times where in the first half, where we lost the ball in the final third, Emerson's chasing back, won the ball, and we regained possession and started again. I think everyone was pretty solid. I think Davis might have had first half. I thought he looked a little bit nervous, but as he grew into the game, and I thought everyone was solid. Hugo was good between the sticks. The high crosses is sometimes he's a little bit vulnerable at, but he dealt with him well today. Not that he had much pressure, but Arsenal just didn't turn up. They just weren't about.
No, don't say that. Don't say that, Mike. Arsenal turned up. Don't do that.
They just didn't. They weren't about it tonight. They weren't about it.
Listen, Deji, before you go, Deji, let me say to you, I thought you was going to get the biggest of all predictions ever. When you said 5-0, yes, I was like, I think we might get 3. I don't know about 5. But when we held him well enough and they went to 3-0 earlier in the second half, I thought, oh my God, Deji could have had the best prediction of all time. But yes, take it away, my friend. Tell them what you want to tell them.
Sam, you know what? And I blame Conte for that, because if he had left on Son with Philly, we definitely would have got the 5 goals. I mean, for me, let's just keep it real. Yesterday on the panel, we said, look at that Arsenal team. We got Cedric the Entertainer. He didn't disappoint. I don't know what he was thinking in the box, trying to elbow Son in the back. Then we got Holding, and we said Holding's not holding anything. Then we got the boys that are playing on a school night. Martin Saka and Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe was revising before he came on. Saka looked like he was getting ready for his art exam. Personally, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was easy like making spaghetti bolognese. And Nkiti Kati, I mean, I even gave him respect yesterday by calling him Nkiti Kati, but today it was like having a Kit Kat, because that was a joke performance up front. That Arsenal team confirmed what we all knew. They are garbage, and even more garbage when they ain't got their little juju witchcraft thing going on at the Emirates Stadium. Because today we saw the real Arsenal, and now lo and behold, we're going to be seeing them against they're going to drop points against Newcastle, and they're going to get beat by Everton. I've been predicting this. Those fans that went to the bookies this morning, or you went online on your app, you are making peas, because you are that team. No Arsenal fan can ever. You can't talk to me ever again. I mean, look, it was so bad. Arsenal was so poor that I can't even pump up my chest. Can you imagine? I was bored.
Listen,
you know what Sam was
let
saying?
me tell you.
I went during the game to go and get Chinese. Can you imagine?
Deji, let me tell you what I was doing. I had my dressing gown on. I was unpacking the dishwasher. I was kept looking at the TV because I knew I was comfortable. I put no message in the group. I was comfortable. And then as soon as Holding got done and Cedric the Entertainer, as you said, entertained us with the penalty, it was done. And I just said, okay, we're doing this. And I was just thinking, we're going to have to kill this lot. But I think, we took the foot off the gas a little bit in that second half. But did you see some of the passing around and the Olay? That made me sweet.
And
really
that's
did.
probably why I was vexed, because let's be real, he took off Son and he took off Cooley, but it was light work today. Like, Son is like, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing? I could have played. It was so calm that Dyer, everyone had a touch. Everyone got a good feel in the ball. You get me? But the only thing that kind of shocked me is I was just saying before we came on the show, I am convinced now after that performance that Arsenal fans, Arsenal and the manager suffer from delusions of grandeur, because Arteta genuinely looked like he didn't know what was going on. And I'm looking at that team going, this is exactly right. This is what is going to 3-0 and we didn't even break a sweat. We didn't even break. That was the easiest game we've played in the last 10 games. And it was only 3-0 because we took off Son and we took off Cooley. If you left them on, it would have been dirty. So for me, I'm disappointed in Arsenal. Arsenal, you let me down. You let me down tonight because I thought you were going to bring it. You know them ones.
So I decided to go and get as comfortable as Son was on the pitch tonight by getting my dressing gown on, because this is how I was rolling in the kitchen. I was like, as I said to you before, it was this easy. This is how it was. So Jews nuts, I proved to you that this was how I was rolling. I had it on. It was nice. It's tucked up. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't playing about tonight. I knew they were going to do that. That's how I didn't even make no notes tonight, because it was just I was just going to ride off emotion. And so be it. So they turned up. Arsenal have turned up. Mike, let's have a look at some, because we got a few stats here. We may as well do this a little bit more professionally as we normally do. But as I said, it's one of them nights where it's like
It
I'm
didn't
even
feel like a
disappointed.
London. It didn't feel like a North London derby. After that second goal went in, it was just like
It was Olaying. They were Olaying. They were Olaying. It
that's
was
it's a
madness. They were taking liberties. They were taking liberties today. And I don't care. It was great to see. I really wanted somebody else to get sent off, and they were close because Odegaard got another yellow card. Somebody else tried to do another one. Who was it? Xhaka. I thought they're gonna go. They're gonna lose their heads here. To be fair to them, they tried to pull a goal back, and they had a few shots on target. But as I said, I think it was comfortable for Spurs. I think we could have gone up another gear if we needed to. So let's have a look
out of first gear. I think we were firmly stuck in first gear today, and it didn't need
it was
us
boring.
to be pushed into second gear. We was in cruise control. It's like it was just too easy.
Well, for those listening, I'm going to read the stats out. Obviously, the score: Tottenham 3, Arsenal 0. Holding got sent off after 33 minutes, but Kane had already scored the penalty from Cedric the Entertainer, trying to elbow Son in the back, thinking he could get away with it. Like Gary Neville said, you got to do that a bit more smarter than that, mate. And then Son scored again after 47 minutes as well. So 58% possession, 42% to them, 16 shots to their 8, 6 shots on target. They had 4, 2 corners to us, 2 corners to them, and fouls that they got. They looked like they were trying to. I thought the physical side of things, they weren't matching us today. I saw Højbjerg running all over the pitch. I thought he had a really good game today, if I'm honest with you. He was leading everything in that midfield. Him and Bentancur really played well. Got so much energy. El Neni didn't want it tonight. He just didn't look like he wanted it. Odegaard, again, didn't look like he really wanted it. So when they've got 15 fouls, it was silly fouls that they were trying to do. You know, them stopping us trying to break away. And that's where they got all their fouls from. Not because they were dirty in any way, because we had the physical side tonight, 100%.
Those stats.
I thought they were dirty, though. I thought they were dirty.
I'll go back to the stats. Sorry, Mike. Go on.
I was just going to say those stats massively flatter Arsenal because
they do.
I mean, I don't recall them having any decent shots on goal that actually required Hugo to make important saves. I mean, I know he made a couple of saves, but
he made that one from Eddie Kit Kat when he tried it from long distance. He tipped it over. Yeah. But apart from that, Kitty Cat.
I don't even think that was ever. He was never under threat. I was comfortable that Hugo was saving that all day long. He made it look like a Kodak moment.
Yeah, it was. To be honest, that's probably one of the worst performances from Arsenal I've ever seen in my life. The only other time is when we beat Arsenal, I think 5-0, and that was Carabao Cup. And you know how I feel about them cups. They don't mean anything to me. They're Mickey Mouse cups. But, you know, in a Premier League game, that 3-0 was so convincing. We dominated. It was so easy. To be honest with you, I think we missed the opportunity tonight, you know. And
I agree with you, Tej. I agree.
Yeah. Go on.
I was just going to add to that. The thing with me, I thought, you know, it was comfortable, as you said. We were passing it around and all the rest of it. And at no stage, there was a couple of opportunities for them from set pieces, but at no stage did I think they were ever going to come back in the game. But at the end of the day, I just wanted us to kill them. You know what I mean? Get 4 or 5 just to really put them out of it. Let's add this man. He was at the game because I just wanted to say the atmosphere today at the game was absolutely great. And he was at the game since Spurs. Tell us what it was like, Sid. What was the atmosphere like? On TV, it looked magnificent.
Oh my God, that atmosphere today. Do you know what? We all came out. All the Spurs fans were out, man. Oh, what an atmosphere. Oh, what an atmosphere. I love a party with a happy atmosphere. It was, I'm telling you, big up to all the Spurs fans. That the South Stand thing looked amazing. I've got videos, I've got pictures, I've got everything. I tell you what, we turned up.
It's buzzing.
Buzzing, man. It was great. I wish I was there.
Savings accounts with Woolwich anymore, mate. It's going down under.
Hey, Sid, what's that jumper you got on?
I
can see Deji's as well.
Everywhere we go.
Come on.
Everywhere we go. It's the Paxton boys making all their noise.
But you know what? I just saw
hello. Hold on. Here we go again. Here we go again.
Yes,
Sean.
He's on the train. Welcome, Sean.
Has he already got to the Houston early?
Hey, do you know yesterday, towards the end, one of them Gooner boys came on and did you read what he said?
See you later, guys. I've got a ticket. I've got a ticket for Sunday.
Oh, wicked.
Wicked. I'll be there as well, mate. Don't
Come
worry,
on, you
I'll be there.
Spurs. See you Sunday, guys.
See you later.
See you Sunday.
Yeah. Like I was saying, one of the Gooner boys came on air last night, didn't he? And did you read the statement he put out? We've not lost a game while El Neni's played. Well, guess what?
I don't know what all those things. Oh dear me!
You know,
all those things I was waiting for them to come back because, like I said, just going back to you. I wanted just to explain to the viewers what it's like because even Martin Tyler, Gary Neville, they were saying it's the best atmosphere of any game that they've commentated on this season, which says something because I've seen the Crystal Palace games and they've been rattling some noise. I've seen some Newcastle games and they've been singing some song. So for them to be saying that, it must have been a really great occasion.
Do you know what? Honestly, we got in early today. We was like half an hour before kickoff. We got in and the atmosphere was already building up. But even when they came out for the warm-up, the crowd, and then just as that Ready or Not music started blaring and that, I tell you what, it was deafening. And throughout the whole game, it was just, honestly, I've never seen that stadium like that. Yeah, I've never, ever heard it like that. It was electrifying. And I'm sure Christina, at some point when she comes on or when on next time we hear of her or the video she puts up as well, she'll probably get it from the South Stand. But it was, honestly, it was deafening. It was absolutely deafening. And the penalty when Kane scored, I've recorded that. I've actually recorded it on my camera because I took my camera as well. And I don't know what it was, mate. Decibels just went quadruple today. Big up to the Spurs fans. And you know what? Honestly, whole 90 minutes, it was just singing. And boy, I'm telling you, if Conte doesn't stay after this, and if Daniel Levy was actually, well, he was there, but if he's listening to that stadium today and the impact Conte's got on that team, that man is going to be a fool if he lets him go and doesn't back him. Trust me.
He's not going nowhere.
That's what I'm saying. Because,
definitely not going anywhere. He's staying. 100%.
He loved that guy.
Yeah.
He loved
what did he get booked for, guys? What did he get booked for?
He was protesting because he thought that Son got fouled first. And then when obviously it happened, and then you know what I mean, that gave it the other way. Yeah. And he was getting mad about that. But then I didn't really care because I wanted to see that sort of passion today. We were talking about it yesterday. We were saying if we win the tactical battle, we have to win the tactical battle and the physical battle. If we win both of them, the Arsenal have got no way in this game. And we did both. You know, we tactically outplayed them because as soon as, you know, Holding kept on grabbing Son knew exactly what he's trying. Get close to him, turn him. He was going to grab him. And then that elbow that he put, I thought that was terrible. I thought that was terrible. Deji, tell me about who you thought, you know, tell me about that and then who you thought was like impressed you for Spurs tonight.
Yeah, I thought that challenge from Holding was absolutely disgusting. It was very clear. You know, Arteta had given the Arsenal players the mandate to be aggressive on Spurs, and I thought it didn't really kind of need that. I think prior to that, he could have been sent off, to be honest with you. But what I was really most impressed with about our team today was the fact that we kept our heads, because there was a lot of kicking, a lot of dirty little things coming from that side of the pitch. But the boys kept their heads out. I was getting worried that Son might react. There was a little moment there where Holding's pulled him down and he's kind of flicked him over, and there might have been a little wanting to do a little movement of the arm. But you know what? He kept his calm and he played. Look, it was a fantastic. It was what we call a professional performance from Spurs. Everybody from back to front. I thought Sessegnon had Saka in his pocket like Polly Pocket, mate. Saka, I didn't see him do jack. Martinelli, it was easy like spaghetti bolognese, man. And then, you know, the boys.
Martinelli tonight. You weren't Martin. He was just Martin. He was just Martin. Take off the Nelly bit tonight. Straight down the middle, Martin. That's what I'm calling him.
And let's put some respect on Sanchez's name. He did all right. Didn't make any mistakes. And look, let me tell you how easy the game was. we do not see for more than 3 or 4 minutes Bergwijn, Moira, and we definitely don't see Rodon. From time you're able to put Bergwijn and Moira on with 20 minutes left, that was the sign that Conte was like
taking the piss.
He's taking the piss.
He put on Rodon. He's like,
it says it all when you keep a clean sheet. You've got Sanchez, Davis, and Dyer as your back three.
And Royal. Don't forget.
Hold on a minute. Let's think about this. Remember when we've been trying to win games and he's not brought on he's not brought on Bergwijn, he's not brought on Moura till about 81. We're not even seeing Rodon. I think Conte was actually taking the piss out of Arsenal and saying, listen, I'm just going to bring these guys on and have a bit of a laugh. Rodon's not played all season. And he brings him on for a laugh. Mike, talk to me about who you thought was the man of the match today from your perspective, from a Spurs point of view.
Man of the match. I don't. To be fair, I don't even know who officially got man of the match because I switched it off after we won
Harry Kane
on here.
Yeah,
who?
Harry Kane. Harry Kane.
Yeah.
On Sky it was.
Has he got the brace?
Yeah.
For me, I think I'd give it to Højbjerg. I think he was just on one today. Like he's the fact that he's just winning the ball back. He wasn't giving Arsenal any time, any space. He was showing no respect to them. I just like the way that he just, when we lost the ball, he was just there. He was just getting or trying to get possession back for us as quickly as possible so we could like regroup and start again. I thought, yeah, Højbjerg, just for, like I say, his energy, his commitment. And I think, I mean, don't get me wrong, all the rest of the boys played well or had solid performances. Emerson deserves, like I say, he deserves a shout. But for me, especially when Højbjerg's probably come under quite a lot of criticism this season. The last couple of games, the last few games, I thought he has sort of shown us the old Højbjerg when he first signed for us, what he was about. And today, as I say, just the fact that he was trying to regain possession for us as quickly as possible, and the energy levels, I'd give it to him. I thought, and to be fair, it's just harsh saying like picking out one particular person, but Bentancur, I think he goes under the radar as well. I thought he was very good
as well, really good.
He's such a good footballer. Like when you look at him, he just the composure, even when he's under pressure. He's just got that typical South American sort of attitude whereby being under pressure, it's nothing. It's just like second nature to him. He can just deal with it and he doesn't lose possession, or very rarely does he lose possession when he's under pressure. But yeah, I'd give it to Højbjerg. I thought he was pretty spot on today.
Sid, what did you think of the wing back today? We talked about it in the preview show yesterday. I think we said we have to have the wing backs to be effective. They have to defend well. They have to attack well. What did Sessegnon and Emerson look like from the stadium today?
You know what? Sessegnon's pockets, man. Every time he empties them, boy, there's some players falling out there. You know what I mean? Mo Salah the other day, half the Arsenal team today. You know, he must have deep pockets. You know, I think they both done quite well. They got forward when they needed to. Royal Emerson he played well today as well. I think there was one chance where, was it you, Deji, or who was it that said yesterday that imagine Sessegnon crossing it in and Royal at the back post and knocking it in? Yeah, it almost nearly happened. If he kept composure, that he should have scored. In fact, he should have scored, to be fair.
I thought the wing backs were going to have a goal today, and when he had that head, I was like, But
Emerson looked the more likely, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was good today. He really was.
Going forward, he did well defending, because remember we were saying yesterday that Romero was going to have to do a lot of cleaning up. No Romero today. I think there was once in the first half, I think it was, where him and Sanchez, he should have gone for the tackle. He didn't. And then Sanchez went for it. He didn't. And then Højbjerg had to come in and just go bang. That's how you do it. But apart from that, man, spot on. Pair of them was spot on. And I've said it before. I think Reggie can go back to Barca if he wants, or Madrid, wherever he wants to go. He's got a lot of faith in Cess. Conte, and I can see that now. I can see why.
Yeah,
and
you can
Emerson,
see. Go on, sorry, finish.
no, I was gonna say, Emerson's been playing last couple of games, so you know what? You've got to give him credit where it's due, because we've all been slagging players off left, right, and centre. But when it's come to the crunch, 2 big games, and he's delivered both games. So big up.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to double down and say if a player has been able to prove 2 performances back to back with 2 big games on the line, you know, there is hope. I'm just hoping now. This is what I'm saying by this is it's no description, but now we're going to be playing Burnley on Saturday.
Yeah,
it's still a massive game, but it's not the same level of opposition. It's not an Arsenal. It's not a Man United. It's not a Liverpool. It's not a Man City. It's Burnley. So the mentality's got to be much, much better than it is today, because you can't take it for granted that it's Burnley at home. Because this is what I'm thinking about players who've got, you know, not quite the winning mentality. They kind of think, well, yeah, I don't have to be as up for it. You've got to be more up for it, because these are the teams that are going to try and slip you up, are going to try and come and, you know, just cut you down at the knees if you're not 100% on your game. So Deji, I think from what we were saying yesterday, we knew that this game had to be won. They've won it. What do you think this does for us? And also, what do you think it does for Arsenal going forward?
I think for me, what it does for us, I think we need to put some respect on Conte and our players. There was a time, look, we were 3-0 up and Kane was literally defending. So what you could see was that the players have been drilled. They are so disciplined that they, you know, we could have run riot. We could have had, you know, Dyer come from the back and try and think he can go out front because we were that comfortable. But the boys stayed disciplined. I think we see more of the same. I think we see Spurs play with that same low block. We're going to do the same tactics. I'm hearing that Burnley got about 4 or 5 of their big players out. To be honest, Burnley could be in for a royal hiding from us, about 5-0. And then, look, we're on a high. I said it yesterday. There's no pressure. The boys played without pressure today. We have achieved what we needed to achieve. From when you go into the Conference League and play the sort of garbage that we played this season, like Moura, no disrespect, Moura, then the fact that we're guaranteed Europa League minimum, we've already had a better season than last season, in my view. So the boys played without pressure. They did their thing. I think the pressure's on Arsenal. And I think what's made matters worse for them is that they do not now have Holding, and they looks like they don't have Gabriel. And
that looked like a hamstring to me. It's like, even if it's a pull, even it doesn't have to be a tear, it could be a slight pull. You can't play. He can't play the next game. Not if the next game's on Monday. No chance. So
is that the next game, Monday?
They've got Monday. Yeah, we're Sunday. Yeah, they got Monday.
We play Sunday, which is a bit unfair for us. We played 12. This is what I was trying to think myself. We played 12 o'clock on Sunday, but yet they play 7:45 or 8 o'clock on Monday. How does that work? And we both play today.
ET Sports and Sky Sports. That's how it works.
But no, you can see why people have conspiracy theories about. You know, we've seen all these little things that have happened when. I'm not even going to go into them again, but I just thought about it today. Hold on a minute. That's a long time. That's quite a big difference at this stage of the season for a team to have. Why is 12? When have we had 12 o'clock games on a Sunday?
Never.
Sunday at 4 o'clock.
Yeah. Shocking. 2 o'clock or whatever. But Deji, you know, you was talking about Gabriel, yeah? Dreams can come true.
That's what I'm saying. That's it. So yeah, for me, and look, and you know, when we talked about pressure, you know, Sam or Mike, you know, one of you said something that Xhaka looked like the only person who was on it. The rest of them looked like they were shitting themselves. So that's the fact there. Arsenal are feeling the pressure. They're feeling it, and I think they're going to take that into the game because now they know they've got to beat Newcastle. Yep, they have to win.
It's not an easy game either.
Is what's going to probably make the wheels fall off. To be honest, we've been saying it. I've been saying it on Paxton Road. I think they either draw or lose to Newcastle, but I've put money down that Arsenal will lose to Everton on the last day of the season. You heard it here first.
There you go, Mike. I'm going to put the league table up. It makes good reading, obviously. Not change any places, but now both played 36 games. They've won 21, drawn 3, lost 12. They've scored 56. They've conceded 45. Goal difference of 11, 66 points. We have played 36, 20 games won, 5 drawn, 11 lost, 63 scored, 40 goals conceded, a goal difference of 23. So that is, 12 to them, plus 12 to them. We're 65 points, 1 point behind. Darius was trying to say yesterday, if we didn't give them a beating, that it wouldn't make a difference because we're still behind them. I think this makes all the difference. You've seen how injuries can have a major impact on any game. It's playing away from home. Come on, Newcastle. Go on. Sorry.
Especially when Arsenal are vulnerable, even with a solid back four, or their normal back four, should I say. They're always vulnerable to conceding goals. I mean, we've seen it at all stages of the season with the results that they've had. The fact that they've got Holding missing, White was on the bench, which is he fit? Well, he obviously wasn't fit to play today. Would he be fit for Monday? I don't know. And if Gabby's done his hamstring, like you say, he's not going to be fit to play. So if Arsenal have only got one fit centre back, they're in some world of trouble there. But Spurs have just got, all we've got to do is just concentrate on the next game, which is Burnley, and make sure we get the 3 points, and then carry it on into the last game of the season against Norwich. We just got to win. That is it. We just got to get. It doesn't matter how we do it. We've just got to get the 3 points in the next 2 games, and hopefully Arsenal will do what we hope they do and drop points. Which Newcastle away and Everton, who are fighting for their lives, they're not going to be easy games, like Deji says. So, and I can see Arsenal dropping points in both those games, to be fair as well. I mean, they're a young side, Arsenal, and they've got it looks like they've got a vulnerable mentality. And it'd be, I suppose I say interesting. Hopefully they don't recover from this beating that we've given them. But yeah, we just got to go into the Burnley game on Sunday, get the 3 points and take it into Norwich, get 3 points, and hopefully that'll see us through to the Champions League. I think we will get it.
You know what? I'm gonna jump on the back of what you said. The fact that we play Burnley first now, it is pivotal. We all know we have to win that game. If we do, and when we do, should I say, that will put us 2 points clear of them. They have already had the injuries to Partey, the Tierney. They've got no real striker. And Eddie Nketiah has kind of come in and done a little bit. Lacazette came on, they did nothing at all. He's going in the summer. Both those players are going. They've probably lost Gabriel for Monday. I think with a hamstring pull, he's not playing.
He's probably done now.
He's done. Holding's out. They've got Ben White, who's just recovering back from an injury. They're going to have to put Grant and Jack in centre back. They might have to play Cedric the Entertainer again at left or Tomiyasu on the right. I don't know what they're going to do in the midfield because then they've only got El Neni. They might bring Lukonga in. It's all over the place. So what I'm saying is you're going away from home to a team like Newcastle who have fans just like what we've got who will be saying, nah, last game at home, you're not losing to this lot. That in itself is going to be a problem. Forget about all the other stuff they've got to do to win, but just that to get through the fans is going to be a problem. So, sorry about that. I'm not just come out of the shower as juice nuts. I'm just celebrating because I'm just as comfortable as Spurs were today. That's why I've come in my dressing gown. Sid, this one game at a time. We've been talking about it for a while now. It really is down to one game at a time because it's 2 left. Do you believe, as much as I think we should be believing now, that we can? We're playing first, so this will put the pressure on. You know what has to be done. What do you think?
Do you know what? Just one thing what Mike said before. I'm just piggybacking on what Mike said. Mike, the other thing is the difference as well today was they had a coach. We had a manager who can manage the team. Their coach couldn't coach them as well as our manager managed it. And that is the difference. And I was listening to a certain radio station on the way back, and they said exactly the same. The biggest difference was we had a manager that can manage the team and sort it out, whereas he couldn't coach the team, and they reflected. And answering your question as well, Sam, I'm still going to stick by my one game at a time, right? I'll tell you why. We go into that game on Sunday morning. We win that one game, yeah? Pressure's now on them to come back and copy what we've done and win. If they don't, then the final game is the last game, and that's how it is. We don't want to talk about winning Burnley game and winning the Norwich game. I just want to concentrate on one game. If we stop thinking ahead, that's when we sort of lose concentration and start complicating things. Just play the one game, get that game out of the way, get the 3 points in the bag, put it back to them, and let them deal with it. Hopefully Newcastle will do the job. So as much as you guys want me to hit, you guys want me to say I'm confident we're going to get the top 4, blah, 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 I'm still sticking to my one game at a time, because it's Tottenham Hotspur, and every time we big them up, they always come and slap us back in the faces. So,
No, not this time. Not this time.
It's definitely not going to happen. And I tell you what,
it's not going to happen this time.
The atmosphere on Sunday is like today, right? It is going to be terrifying for Burnley and Michael Jackson, because he's going to have to do some kind of stuff, mate. Because I'm telling you now, they're going to be hit by. I'm telling you, Michael Jackson. I know he's one of my Preston North End boys, from my hometown. But you know what? They're going to be hit by Smooth Criminal. Sing
it, Sid. They want you sing for the win on Sunday, Sid. That's what Juice is saying. Sing for the win on Sunday.
I'm telling you, I'll do that on Sunday, mate.
Well, I'm there Sunday. It's an early start for me to get down, but I'm there 100% to that game.
We'll
I thought to myself, say again?
We're going to have to, me, you, Shawnee, Christina, we're all there, so we need to hook up, man.
The thing is, I bought my ticket knowing that we'd win tonight, because I said, if I bought a ticket and we weren't going to win tonight, there's no point in going to that Burnley game. No point, really, because they would have done it. But I knew, so I just said, right, get on that ticket. Apparently, the tickets might have gone now, because everybody might want to get to that game. But
yeah.
We have to win it. Like I said, one game at a time. Deji, back to you again, mate. Let's just put this up, the starting 11 from today. For those who are listening, Lloris in goal, Sanchez, late addition to the side. I was like, good grief, but at least he's playing on the right-hand side, played right centre-back, Dyer centre, Davis left of the centre-back, Emerson, Bentancur, Højbjerg, and Sessegnon. So Emerson and Sessegnon are two wing-backs, Bentancur and Højbjerg in the midfield, Kulusevski, Son, and Kane as the front three. What did you think of Kulusevski today, Deji?
I thought Kulusevski was a don, to be honest with you. I just knew he receiving the ball, he was causing problems. And again, if it weren't for them being dirty, do you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm convinced if Kuli had stayed on for the remainder of the game, he would have scored. But they were scared. What you saw in those Arsenal players, they reverted to WWF or MMA, whatever it is, because they just couldn't handle it. But Kulusevski, he is world class. And he confirmed what we already knew, that our front three is as good as Liverpool's front three. When I see Kuli, I do not miss the fact that we missed out on Diaz. No. Not at all. I think he does a fantastic job. And let's just put some respect on his name. He's only 21 years old. What a player. And actually, what I was thinking is not really more about Kulusevski, but you can see why he starts ahead of Moira. Sorry, Moira. He came on, he was losing the ball, he was doing all sorts of madness. And you just think, if this is who, could you imagine where we would be if Kuli wasn't there? We would not be having
Moira does what Moira does, though. We all know, well, we don't know what Moira's going to do, and I don't think he does, as we all know, but he just causes panic. He got about 3 or 4 fouls within the time that he was on the pitch, because that's what happens when Moira, he causes panic because he's not sure what's going to happen, so the defenders don't know, so they just foul him. And I think 2 players got yellow cards because of that.
He's the type of player, though, to bring on if you're winning. If you're winning comfortably like 3-0, he's the type of player that to come on he's a good player to come on, because he will just get you fouls when you're just like, the opposition should be thinking, we shouldn't be fouling him, but he'll get fouls in the right areas of the pitch, and it suits us down to the ground, really, especially when we're in cruise control like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Just winds the game down, doesn't it?
There would have been a concern potentially in this midfield area with 2 versus 3. Obviously, Arsenal had El Neni, Xhaka, and Odegaard in there. But to be fair, they had about a 5 to 10 minute spell in that first half at the start of the game where I thought, they're going for it. obviously, if Arsenal score first, it changes the whole complex of the game. First goal, not necessarily the most important thing in this game today, but I think it meant a difference with us scoring because we could then control the game, and then everything else after that, sending off, it just capitulated for them.
Even though they had more men in midfield, they were shitting themselves at the front. That front three caused panic along that back. Like Holding didn't want to push further up the pitch because he was terrified of the runs that Son and Kulu could run, like make in behind him. So they were more concentrating on the front three than anything else. They were paranoid. Well, they were just scared of what that front three could do.
Yeah,
and like Deji says, that front three is good as any in the
It
Premier
is.
League in Europe. I would have said.
Yeah, I'm going to ask Sid and Deji and both give me your opinions on because I think he goes a little bit unnoticed. I know sometimes he does things like a couple of passes today, and I'm talking about Eric Dyer. I think he goes unnoticed that what he actually brings to our defense. Because today I got a little bit concerned, obviously with Sanchez coming in for Romero, but Dyer seemed to really help out that defense. He seems to have that, ability to help him out. Because again, Emerson on that side and Sanchez was like, is it going to be a problem? But the commanding aspect that he has, he brings the players up. He gets everybody organized. I don't think that shouldn't go unnoticed. What did you see there? I think from your point of view, Sid, and I want Deji to talk about him as well.
Do you know what? Honestly, if Cadbury's is watching this stream, which I'm hoping they do, or some representatives, they need to get Dyer and Romero on that Cadbury's caramel advert because they take it easy with a Cadbury's caramel. They're just so composed, so relaxing, man. And today, even you know what? I had this conversation with you, Sam, at the beginning. I had it with Sean as well because Sean didn't know that Romero wasn't playing. When I rang him, he was already in some part of the stadium and he said Romero's not playing, and he went, "What?" He went, "No." He went, "Who's coming?" I went, "Sanchez." He went, "Oh my God." I went, "Yeah, exactly." But I tell you what, Sanchez slotted in like, you know what? He's not been away for ages. And Dyer is just so commanding, man. He just calms it down, cools it down, told them what to do, control the defense. And how Tyrone Ming gets ahead of Eric Dyer in this England squad is beyond his belief, And it was just so controlled performance. I don't think he broke a sweat today. I don't think Kitty Cat meow, he was too busy meowing or whatever. None of them, troubled him today. And you know what? Massive, you've got, like Deji keeps saying, you've got to give a massive big up to Conte for, I don't know what he's drilled into these players, but these, especially Dyer and Romero and Davis, they're just solid, And as that song goes, solid as a rock. Because I tell you what, they're spot on. And watching him today as well, I don't think there was one instant where Eric Dyer looked in trouble at all.
No.
Deji, go on.
Yeah, I totally agree with my brother Sid. To be honest with you, I think Dyer is what happens is, there was moments under Poch where you thought, nah, Dyer's not the one, he needs to get out of our club. And I was part of that brigade, I'm not gonna lie to you. But tonight I was gonna say he just looked like a master. And I have to give props to Conte because he's made, and this is what we talked about. We talked about the right person can take average players and make them world class. And Dyer tonight looks like the Dyer of old that's going to get back into the England team. There was a moment tonight where we were playing so well, and I was thinking to myself, are we still going to go and get a right back? Are we still going to go and get a centre back?
And that's what I'm saying. You can't start doing that because I don't want to do that.
No, I didn't want to get carried away, but the work that is done in those boys, in Eric Dyer, I mean, Sanchez coming in, like my brother Sid is saying, and let's be real, he didn't even put a foot wrong. I'm thinking all this, we're going to go and buy 5 players over the summer. I'm like, mate, do we need to?
No, we can't start doing that.
Do you know what?
I just want to put some respect on their name that he has taken all of the players to another level. And we, yeah, I mean, that is the difference between Conte and Arteta. I looked at that Arsenal team, and my missus said to me, is that the Arsenal team that is hoping to get in the Champions League? and yes, we all laughed. Even my kids laughed. So, I mean, for me, look, I can't lie. Dyer was immense today. He was awesome. And yeah, I guess for me, what I want to know is if Conte can do that with them, then what does the future look like for us Spurs? I got shut down yesterday, brother Mike. I got shut down when I said that if Conte takes us fourth, I can see him getting it over the line and us winning the league. And I know some people might say Deji's a delusional Spurs fan. But remember, that is the same team that Nuno had. Remember that. Only 2 players came in and Conte has done this. Could you imagine what he does with our club with a summer and with about 3 or 4 additions of his choice? That's not a team fighting for top 4.
We've got a lot to do in the summer. Sid's got plenty of shows to do. We need to do a few shows about the summer because I think it's going to be an interesting summer. Mike,
he has massively improved Dyer, though, hasn't he? Like Dyer, Dyer should be in the English. Let's be honest. There's probably not an English centre back that is in better form than Dyer this season, and that takes a lot from. I was on the same bandwagon as Deji and everyone about Dyer and Sanchez. I was like, get rid of them this season. But to be fair to Dyer, under Nuno he was good, but under Conte, it's like Conte's done something with him, and just his output is of a higher level than what it was under Nuno or anyone before that.
But I think though, just quickly. Because he's in a back 3 and England might not play back 3 in the World Cup, that's where he might be the problem. In a back 3, if you're going to play the back 3, it's a no-brainer. He should be centre of that back 3, in my opinion. Maguire shouldn't even be anywhere near that team. John Stones isn't the centre of the back 3. He should be there. In a back 2, that's where it might be a bit of a problem.
Do you know what? England can play back 3 with Reece James.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they've got the 2 best wing backs there. Depending on how he plays, they can play a 3.
So I'm saying, so would you bring him in just because you might play a back 3 if you're definitely going to be playing the back 4? That's the way I see Gareth Southgate thinking about it.
We have to play back 3 because we don't have any centre backs. I mean, bloody hell, we've got Stones, Cody, and Mings. I mean, it's the worst.
And Maguire. Don't forget Harry Maguire, that £80 million genius of a player at Man United.
Yeah.
Mike, talking about Sessegnon again, another player that's kind of a little bit under the radar. Sid mentioned it earlier. It looks like he's probably going to send Reguilon back to Spain. I think he's improving game by game, this guy.
Sessegnon is defensively, he's far better than Reggie. That's not even a debate. It's just hands down. Sessegnon is far better than Reguilon from a defensive perspective. The only thing Sessegnon needs to he just needs to tweak it a little bit, and I think he will. Just give it time and stuff. He's obviously getting runs in the team this season more so than what he's had previously at Spurs. But his final ball, like ball into the box, he just needs to improve that. And then I think he'll be nailed on left wing back for Spurs for quite seasons to come. I think he is. I do think he's a very good footballer. He's young still as well. He's 21 still only.
He's 22 this month. This month in May, somewhere 20 something of that, I believe.
But it's just his final ball, like his delivery into the box. I just say it just needs slight improvement. And yeah, but in the summer. Although I wouldn't swap Dyer or Romero, I would still get another left centre back.
Yeah, I think we need another centre back. I think because Rodon doesn't look like he's going to make the yards for Conte, so we do need another centre back. I totally agree with you on that one.
Not just another centre back. We need another Romero.
Yeah, we need another Romero. Exactly.
We need another Romero. Two type of Romeros and Dyer, and that back 3. That back 3 will handle anyone.
Sid, get busy with the show, man. The summer's going to be big summertime. It's going to be big summertime. What I would, just before we go on and do anything more, I just want to say to all the viewers watching, we've had up to 80 people watching over the time we've been on. We've been on for nearly 50 minutes. Thank you. Make sure you hit that like button. It really helps us out massively. So I want to just shout out to Luca, David, Clark watching. Toxic Headshot is there watching us as well. Dragon, Claire, Swain, thank you for watching. Juice Nuts, as always. Fortuitous Thing, Marlon Bashment, why are you not on the stream? James Kingsworth, Punchbag Workouts, another one of our favorites there. Michael Bennett, Barbados, MUFC. Of course, we've got a Monday in the house as well. Alexander Hilton, quite a few people. Dean Webb, Island Life, Mojo. Ooh, the list goes on. Anyway, thank you. But make sure you hit the like button. Make sure smash the like button.
Smash it.
Notification bell as well.
Like we smashed Arsenal today. Smash it.
Unfortunately, I got to go and do some. I got to go and rep Paxton Road TV and do some damage on One Touch TV because I called them out to make sure that they were going to come on the stream tonight.
What you've got to do, I'll tell you what we've all got to go and do because I did it. Watch the Armory TV preview show. It's the best one. It's great. You know when they're just talking with chest, but you can see in their eyes. I can see in their eyes they weren't really talking with chest. They were talking with chest, but their eyes told me a different story.
I'm going to clip them up.
Yeah, I know. Because when we were on there yesterday, we were talking with chest because I knew we were going to win. I was not in any doubt we were not going to win today. Any way we had to do it, we were going to win. Because Arsenal just were not prepared for what the stadium was. And I knew the stadium, if the fans stayed with the players like they did today, there was no way they could match that. On a Thursday night, on a school night, come to our house and take points away. Are you mad?
Okay, gentlemen, sorry, I've got to go. But love, everyone. Love.
Wait, Deji, where are you going? What channel are you on now?
One Touch to go and finish these guys.
They're finished there.
We'll be tuning in after.
Yeah. Finish
Thank you. Just remember, as JLS said, you only get one touch, so make it count.
Lovely, gentlemen. Thanks very much.
Take it easy.
Later.
See you later.
That's great. So we're going to wrap up anyway. But Mike, Sid, tell me then, final thoughts. Mike, start with you, man. Just tell me your final thoughts after it seemed like a bit of not an anti-climax because it was a win that we had to do, but it feels like it was a bit too easy for me. I don't know. I feel a little bit strange after a victory 3-0 against Arsenal. I should be like really, but I feel like it was normal service.
The result was never in doubt. It was never in doubt. I mean, I didn't come on stream last night. I thought we'd get at least 3 goals, and I didn't. As always, in a lot of the games, I do predict Spurs never to sort of concede, but for some reason or other, maybe because it was sunny down here on the south coast and we had clear skies, and I thought, I'm feeling a good result today. The result was never in doubt. The performance, as I say, I don't think we actually got out of first gear. Literally, I think we were in cruise control. It couldn't have been an easier North London derby. It's probably one of the easiest North London derbies we've ever played. And it was so comfortable. When you got Sanchez there, just happy to take a couple of touches before he makes a pass. And he wasn't under pressure. And when you're getting the fans Ole in, you know you've had an easy afternoon. Like literally, when was the last time you heard an Ole in a North London derby? It just doesn't happen. But today,
don't get Ole's in North London. I don't remember Ole's in North London derbies. Do you know? I know obviously the game we played against them lot at the Emirates when we was 3-0 down at half. But even then, the second half, we actually won that second half. You know what I mean? So it weren't like they were Ole in that. I don't remember when it was so comfortable. The only slight regret, and you can't say it's a regret because we won 3-0, is that we didn't make it 4 and 5, just to really damage their confidence. Yeah,
I would have loved the 4 or 5, but I think Conte did the right thing today. The game was won at half time. Let's be honest, that game was done and dusted. After we got the second goal, that was it. There was no way Arsenal were ever coming back from that. So Conte making the changes early and just see the game out, manage it, rest the players like Kudus, your sons, etc. Save them for the Burnley game. It was the right thing to do. And when you've got fans Ole and you've made the right decision. It's just like I've just seen it out. I'm toying with the opposition. Arteta, he ain't on the same level. He ain't on the same page as Conte. It was a masterclass from Conte. It's like the master and the student type scenario. But yeah, easy evening, and it was on a Thursday, a school night.
School night, and when they've got to go to bed, Arsenal. So I saw Smith Rowe, like Deji was saying, he's probably got his GCSEs to revise for, so he should be in bed soon.
He's a hot exam.
It's good for them tonight. They got a spanking because hopefully next year they'll be playing on Thursday nights as well, won't they?
Low blow, Sid. Oh, low blow. I like that though. I do like it. It was good. It was good. Good show, lads. Thank you very much, Azzy. We're going to try to do our best to keep this going as much as possible. Like I said, the old dressing gown is for a reason. I'm relaxed. I didn't have any cigars. I would have come on with a pop-up one, you know.
Can you see this?
I saw that. Yeah.
We've got to wrap up because I've got so much TV. I've got Arsenal fan TV to watch. I've got Army TV to watch. I don't know where to start first.
But you know what, guys? As much as it was an absolute massive win today, yeah, I've just got to bring this up, right? It's so obviously Spurs.
On this. Hold on, before you go any further, if you're putting a damp on this, I don't want to listen to it.
No, it's not a damper. There was at halftime today. You guys won't have seen this, yeah, because obviously you don't see the halftime entertainment. But massive big up to there was a young lad. I don't know if you've all seen it. His name was Riley Keys, and he was told at birth that he wasn't going to be able to walk ever again, and he's managed to work and walk, right? And his dream was to take a penalty at the South Stand at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and his dream came to today.
Oh, wow!
And not only that, he took the penalty, and guess who the goalkeeper was? Pat Jennings.
Oh,
unbelievable!
What?
You know what? And you've got to give the whole crowd, including the Arsenal fans, who applauded him and everything. That kid must have been on heaven, mate, today, because you know what? It is absolutely brilliant to see a kid who was never ever going to walk again take a penalty at Spurs. Wow, absolute wow.
In that atmosphere as well. That must have been amazing.
And I tell you what, I filmed it as well, so I'm going to clip it up and I'm going to put it on YouTube as well. But
definitely.
Big up to everyone at Spurs involved in that and all the fans as well for giving that kid a massive send-off.
Yeah, 100%.
And we have to give big up to the club as well for doing all the tifo thing, getting everybody hyped up for the game. You know, it could have been quite easy for the fans to kind of, you know, that first 10 minutes of the game, Arsenal were, you know, they were on top. They were the better team. They were getting them getting into our half, should I say. And it could have been easy for us to say, right, we want to, but the fans would just, they sung through it. And I heard songs that I hadn't heard of there before. I was like, what? I haven't heard that song there before. What's going off here? They were just so up for it. That's what we've got to do. We've got to make this stadium exactly like that for all home games, no matter who we play. 100%. It shouldn't just be for Arsenal. It should be for any team that comes to the lane, as we're going to call it, until it gets another name.
You have to make it a fortress.
100%.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Mark, have you given your outro yet? I can't remember. I'm that gassed in my head. I can't even remember.
Mate. Yeah. That's me done.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done as well. Then. Until Burnley, I've got AFTV to watch. I've got to get another glass of wine. I can take this old dressing gown off Tuesday nights. I'm not wearing this. I'm not going to wear it again. It was just for tonight because I wanted to. I've got my slippers on as well, by the way. So I'll show you as well.
I've got some.
There you go. Control. That's how bad. I've got my Marvel slippers on. That's how comfortable I was tonight.
Yes.
Very very comfortable. So Arsenal Army boys, if you're watching, well done.
Do you know what? I believe Delia Smith was in the stadium today at 75 minutes because she was asking the Arsenal fans, "Where are you? Let's be having you. Where are you?"
Well done to the Arsenal fans that stayed to the end, though.
Yeah.
Well done, because that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's hard to watch because it was like after 20 odd minutes the game. Well, 37 minutes the game was done.
No, but you do know why they stayed, don't you? Because they actually saw an atmosphere and they heard singing. That's why they stayed behind. They wanted to see how it feels to be in the stadium with an atmosphere and fans singing.
More low blows. Oh dear. The guy with cerebral palsy. So we're talking about that one. Brilliant from the Spurs lot today. Don't get better. Doesn't get better indeed. 24 said, told you could never walk again and took a penalty at halftime. Fantastic. Pat Jennings in goal as well. You know, big up the kid. Never give up in life. That's very true. Never give up in life. You can do anything you put your mind to. There is no limits. Well done, Mike. Well done. I was going to call you Sean. There, sure, we'll see Sean at the Burnley game. Thank you very much, Deji. You appeared. Darius. I'm going to give you a special mention.
He missed it, didn't he? He wasn't. He was working.
He's working. You'll catch up with this later. Darius, don't forget, man. Listen to the Spurs on the Paxton Road. We don't mess about here, man. You know what we're talking about. Good grief. We are going to get this 4th place now. I'm confident of that. I really am. So
one game at a time.
No, chest is here. It's up here now. It's up here.
Let me see your eyes.
That is it. Right. Sorry. I'm not concentrating. Where's the music? Got to find the music to get out of here with. Right. It's down here. Right. That's it. See you guys.